Hello everyone, my name is Fumi James. I'm a social service worker student at Conestoga College. Today, I'll be addressing a critical issue affecting the stability and well-being of communities in Nigeria. This issue is the escalating crisis of insecurity and its impact on food security. While we often hear about national security in the news headlines, we rarely talk about the human impact. And this ranges from farmers being unable to tend to their feeds for fear of being kidnapped to commuters facing ransom demand. This insecurity is crippling productivity, as explained by Gwawan in the Journal of Advanced Research in Humanities and Social Science, Volume 9, Issue 4, 2022. Today, I'll be using the SWOT analysis, SWOT, through the lens of community development and social action to break down the systemic nature of this crisis and propose how we as community advocates can foster change through collaboration. SWOT is an acronym, like SWOT, is an acronym for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Starting with strengths, Nigeria has an incredible history of community-based resilience. Local informal support network have been the backbone of rural survival in most communities in Nigeria. Given the right and proper support, Nigeria's agricultural sector has the capacity to feed the entire nation. Weaknesses. Our biggest hurdle is the lack of institutional trust. Formal security agencies are often distant from rural communities, and there's also a significant lack of real-time communication infrastructure in remote farming communities. Opportunities. This is where we can intervene. We have an opportunity to integrate community watch models with mobile tech alerts by creating a system where farmers can instantly share their location with everyone in the system and with local authorities. This will reduce the isolation that kidnappers exploit and leverage upon. It will essentially create a digital safety net, turning a collection of isolated farmers into a synchronized, informed, and harder to target community. Threats. A textbook promoting community change, making it happen in the real world. This textbook referenced the World Food Summit's definition of food security, which says that food security exists only when all people at all times have physical and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food. But in the reality of the Nigeria insecurity crisis, this standard is being dismantled and we see a massive gap. The current insecurity threat directly violates this definition. Kidnapping prevents farmers from having physical access to their farmland, while the financial drain of ransom demand destroys economic access. This is not just a local crime. It is a structural failure that prevents an entire community from maintaining the active and healthy life that the Food and Agricultural Organization, that is FAO, mandates as a basic right. So, how do we create change after this analysis? In our course textbook, Lee and Todd remind us that community change occurs when members recognize and strengthen their interrelationship, build on their strengths, and increase resources through collaboration. My proposed interventions are designed to do exactly what Lee and Todd talk about. First, the establishment of community-led agricultural cooperatives. So instead of farmers working in isolation, we can partner with local NGOs to help farmers organize their farming, harvest schedule, and share transport. This built on the strength Lee and Todd spoke of, that is, turning individual vulnerability into collective power. Second, we need community stakeholder security forums. By bringing traditional leaders, farmers, and regional security agencies to the same table, we are actively strengthening interrelationship. This is about moving away from an individual approach towards a collective one, ensuring that security strategies are informed by the people on the ground. In closing, addressing Nigeria's insecurity is not just about law enforcement, It is about restoring the right to live, work, and grow. By focusing on collective power and grassroots partnership, we can shift the narrative from fear to resilience. Thank you for your time, and I encourage you to think about how you can be a partner in social change within your own communities.